I'm Taylor Soccer, and I'm here today with Sarah Reeves on behalf of No Radio to talk about your latest single, More Than Enough, and God's Here, which is the recent film you've composed and starred in. You released More Than Enough in May of 2024. Can you tell me more about what that song is about and the message behind it and what it means to you?
I got married very young. Everything happened for me very young, which I don't recommend to many people, just like, build your foundation. But so for me, after my divorce, it was the first time as an adult that I was a single woman.
Yeah.
And, I was trying to just find myself. And so the number one fear for me, or the number one emotion for me after my divorce was not necessarily it was sadness, but I think more than that, it was fear. It
Mm.
was just like I was scared of the unknowns. I was afraid that I couldn't be this independent woman. I didn't think that I was enough. I thought that I needed someone else because I had always been attached to another human. And so I really had to kind of take these baby steps, one day at a time. And I found that, oh, I am enough. And I am a strong woman, even when I don't feel it some days. And I accomplished so much more just in those couple years that I was single, even more so than when I was married. And so I really stepped into like the woman that I was created to be. And so I wrote this song and I found that so many other women have been touched by it and needed to hear that message that they're enough, because somebody along the way, somewhere, whether it was a parent or a partner or, somebody at school said something to us and it just like was buried in our soul. And for some reason it latched onto us and we started to believe it, and
Mm.
it's true, it's a lie. And so it's really just like kind of disarming all of that and just saying, you know what, I'm going to speak positivity over myself and know that like I'm lovable, I'm capable, and I'm enough.
That is the perfect explanation. I definitely thought that when I felt that song. I've had those experiences being at school, being bullied, and you kind of want that. And I really felt that listening to your song. You said that like you've had like people have told you this. Do you have any like memorable reactions from fans that this song has helped?
Yeah, I mean, I have so many like messages and comments and even just playing the song live too, because I've toured a bit in the US
Yeah,
um and just looking out and seeing people like literally have tears in their eyes. Like
yeah,
it's so sweet, and seeing them maybe they weren't expecting to feel so moved by like a pop
mhm.
concert,
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
that's like I said, that's the whole purpose of what I do is I just like there's always meaning in everything that I do. And it's not about me. Like I don't want to be this like pop star, this everybody look at me. Like I want to help somebody else, and I want to show them that they can do anything that they set their mind to because I
yeah,
did. And I was once not confident, not secure, sometimes still am, but if I can be that voice to them, then I'm doing my job. So yeah, I've gotten a lot of good response. It's really
yeah.
sweet to see that from fans.
I know that you released the song as a demo and your fans just asked you to release it. How was
Yeah.
that like? Was that a really overwhelming feeling that just like you people wanted your music to be heard and like, yeah,
Yeah, it was. It was special because I never really know when I write a song. I don't know if it's going to connect or not. I mean, there's a hope in my heart that I hope this one connects, but I don't know until I just put it out there. And so my team has been pretty adamant they've been staying on me about posting on social media.
yeah,
It used to be back in the day, I don't want to show my age, but like, there was no social media. You just like you put a CD out in a record store, and it's
yeah,
like these days, and there was a little bit more mystery to being an artist back then. And
mhm,
now there's not really any mystery. It's like,
no,
yeah, just show your demos and see how they do online. And if they do well, then we'll release it. And I'm like, okay. So, but I've learned to just lean into that and appreciate that actually like people do want to be a part of the process, and it
mhm,
really does help because I didn't know that when I posted that song January 1st in 2024. I was just on the
yeah,
beach with my now husband. We were just dating at the time, but he was like, I had this like white outfit on and the sun was setting perfectly. And I'm like, I have this demo I just wrote. Let's just do a TikTok really quick as the sun is setting. And we did, and it was just like the response was crazy. And I'm like, well, I guess I need to release this song.
Yeah. Like you just mentioned, you posted that video with your husband, and I believe you guys met on God's Hit.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like acting with your husband? Like, I can't imagine like being in a film with someone that I already know.
Yeah, no, it was crazy because it was my first movie to be in as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I just walked in. I actually, in my mind, I thought that he was married. I don't know where I got that. Maybe it was another actor that I was looking at, but I thought, he was not available and wasn't even thinking that. I was like, let's
Yeah.
just act as well as I can. And then I walk in and we just hit it off immediately and worked really well together. And we had to go pretty deep into like character really quickly. And so I think we just got really comfortable really fast. And then it turns out we've both been through similar experiences in life. And I don't know, he was just like everything that I needed slash wanted, but didn't even realize I wanted at the time. And yeah, everything happened super fast, and we're married a year later, and it's a really beautiful love story. He's my best friend.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that is a beautiful story. It's like a film, which I mean, you guys met on a film, so it's kind of perfect.
It's literally a
Yeah.
movie.
Do you think we'll see any more films in the future?
I hope so. Yeah, I've got like an opportunity knocking on my door right now. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. You never really know until I think last minute with these films, but yeah, I hope to do more. And my husband, that's his world. He's an
Yeah.
actor and a writer, so he's working on some scripts right now. And if anything, I'll definitely be composing movies more. So that's great.
Perfect. You guys are like a dream team now.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of the film was when you sing Christmas Feels Different This Year. Um, or like it was such a heartwarming moment. I cried. You guys were dancing on screen. What was your like process for writing that song, and did it just like fit perfectly in the film?
Yeah, well, that's probably the main reason why I got the acting part in the film is because Billy, the director, who's my
Mhm.
husband, he was looking for someone to play his wife, and he just had this idea, well, maybe I'll ask, he knew like a mutual friend like in Nashville where I used to live.
Yeah.
And like maybe we should get a singer-songwriter, and he reached out to this person, and I had just written Christmas Feels Different, and he saw like obviously that person put my name on the list, and so he was going down this list of
Yeah.
females and all my music videos and specifically that song, and he had just written in his script the one something that said Christmas Feels Different This Year, and it just like matched perfectly, and he was like, this would be perfect in the film, the song. So first
Mhm.
he wanted the song, and then he was like, actually, she would be perfect in the film too. So it was just like it all kind of was magically like it happened at the right time, right place. And that song I wrote after my divorce, and I remember spending like Christmas alone for the first time in a long time, and it was just hard and weird. And I'm like, there's not enough sad Christmas songs out there because Christmas is like it's hard for a lot of
Yeah.
people. It just brings up these memories of loved ones that maybe they lost, or maybe they're alone, they don't have anybody. So yeah, I'm like, let's just write a Christmas song that can actually like is just real. There's still hope in it, but it's a sad one, and a lot of people have been touched by that song, so it's been cool to
Yeah.
see.
No, I was personally really touched by that song, and it does make you realize that Christmas isn't happy for everyone, and I think that kind of shone through in the film as well. What is next for you? I mean, I've seen you on your socials, you're promoting the right one right now, which everyone can pre-save. But can you tell me more about that song and possibly when it's going to be released?
I wrote, again, kind of like speaking to myself, but also in this season where I was single, I found myself dating around a little bit and always being left with like this disappointment. And I found myself, and even friends of mine that were single would like go out, would almost like chase boys. And I
Mhm.
feel so many single women that, you know, you we're like guy chasers. And I'm like, no, like that's not that is not true. That's not how it's supposed to work, you know? I mean, it's a mutual thing, but at the same time, I'm like, you deserve somebody so much more, like someone that respects you, someone that cherishes you, that wants to be with you all the time, you know? And so I just had this perspective change during my single years.
Mhm.
I was not really valuing myself. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold out. I'm going to wait for like the person that really does respect me and really does want to be with me for the long haul, you know, not just the all the butterflies or whatever, like in the moments where it's convenient for them. And so I wrote this song for myself, but also for other women to just be like, you know what, it's better just not to settle at all than to settle with someone who's just not the right person because he's out there somewhere, and this vice
Mhm.
versa. Same, the girl is out there somewhere. It may take some time. You know, everybody has a different story. But when I found my husband now, it was like, wow, night and day compared to other guys that I've dated. And so I felt like this was the right next song of choice to put out.
I love that. I honestly, it sounds like you've had the perfect love story with your new husband, and that song just links with it perfectly.
Oh gosh, it's been a lot of years of making mistakes and trauma to lead up to this moment. But yeah, this one has been pretty easy, which has been really yeah, rewarding.
I love that for you. Well, so lastly, so we are a student radio station here at Nerve, so and we love supporting new and upcoming artists. So do you have any advice for anyone that's starting out in the music industry?
Man, good luck. Just kidding. No, I think there's something um powerful about being around people that do what you do and that are also better at it than even you. I tell people all the time, surround yourself with people that are better. And that ultimately has been like, I didn't go to college. I went straight from high school into my career. But I feel like I learned more from the experience I had just from being in it, just getting out. I'm not saying don't go to college, but just being in it and doing it and being around it. Like, if you live in a city where there's not many musicians, there's not much of a music industry, like, think about moving to a city where there is a lot of people that do the same thing, you know, or just like connect with people because that community is going to be like your biggest strength, you know? And also just not being afraid to put yourself out there and post stuff on social media, you know, whether it's covers or, you know, getting in there, writing a song, putting it out there. You never know what could happen, you know, because there's so many people that have have broke just through the internet. So
Yeah.
days we have all the tools. It doesn't, we don't have to have like the record deals or the publishing deals anymore to get our music out there. Like, anybody can release a song. So it's just doing it, really. Just get out there and do it. Don't be afraid.
No, that's perfect. Thank you so much.